Socializing 102. I had a thought which I wanted to share. Prior to Islam, women would themselves be counted as something which was inherited by others. Islam abolished this unjust practice and gave them rights which surpassed any other society. On a general note, before Islam, in the age of ignorance, it was common practice for women to be equated with articles of home use. They would be bought and sold like cattle. A woman had no rights in respect to marriage. Far from being entitled to some share in the inheritance from her relatives, she herself was treated as a piece of the inheritance like other household items. She was considered as something owned by men while she was allowed to own nothing. And she could only spend according to the wishes of a man. Whereas, the man could spend any wealth which should belong to her, like wages, according to his desires. She did not even have the right to question this method. Some groups from Europe even considered women not to be a human and equated her with an animal. Women had no place in religion. They were considered unfit for worship. Some even declared women to possess no souls. It was considered completely normal for a father to kill his newborn or young daughter, as they were seen as a shame on the family. Some even believed that no act of justice would be taken against the one who killed a woman. Some customs even killed the wife of a dead husband, as she was not seen fit enough to live without him. Some even declared that the purpose of women was only to serve men. But Allah, the Exalted, through the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught man to respect all people, made justice and equity the law, and men were made responsible for fulfilling the rights of women parallel to their own rights on them. Women were made free and independent. She became the owner of her own life and property, just like men. No man can force a woman to marry someone. If she is forced to, without her consent, then it becomes her choice to continue the marriage or annul it. No man has a right to spend anything from what belongs to her, without her consent and approval. After the death of her husband or after divorce, she becomes independent and she cannot be compelled by anyone to do anything. She gets a share in the inheritance, like men, according to the responsibilities given to her by Allah, the Exalted. To spend on women and treat them well has been declared an act of worship by Allah, the Exalted. All these rights and more have been given to women by none other than Allah, the Exalted. It is strange how those who stand up for women's rights today criticize Islam, even though it gave women rights centuries earlier. Over 400 free ebooks, audiobooks, infographics, podcasts and blogs available on our website, www.shakepod.com.